Hello, keyboarder Hoarder here, and today we are looking at this synth, which is completely digital, sounds more analog than some of the vintage analog polysynths. This synth is modern, is quite affordable, especially considering how well it is built, and let's see, there are 500 patches here, so it would take long to show you all of the patches. So I will stick to some typical patches that we all know from the classic synths, and I will explain why I think this sound better than the original analog polysynths. Okay, so the first patch, analog keys. Okay, let's go to the second one, Cobalt horns. Let's test the brass pad. Okay, let's test some another patches from the other side of the synth patch bay. Arnold, so I think it reminds the soundtrack from the Terminator. OB80, I think maybe it's modeled after some Oberheim patch. Analog keys, but I think it was modified by me. And the last one, Life of K. Okay, now let's talk why I think this sounds good. The first thing is the velocity sensitive keyboard. In many old synths the keyboard was totally static, so no matter if you press hard or light, the sound will be the same. And here we have not only the change of the volume, but also the change in the filter. The next thing is the aftertouch, which means if I press the key and then press it one more time harder, the sound will change. So this adds to the dynamics of the sound. And this Sometimes the aftertouch was in the old polysynths, but not in all ones. This is, by the way, channel aftertouch, which it means it's the same for the same keyboard. Now we have also the MPE controllers like Osmose or Hydra Synth, which have poly aftertouch, but not this one, unfortunately. And the another things are in the synth engine, not in the keyboard, which adds to the organic flavor of the sound. And I will show you which ones. So the first thing in the synth is the vintage factor, which means the volume and the pitch, and the filter cutoff, I think, goes a little, it makes it a little wobbly, so the sound is not static. As you see, if it's put it to the max, there's too much detune, so it would be hard. But if we put it around 40, it's okay. Okay, so the next thing is, maybe I will change the hands, in oscillators. So we have here oscillator drift, which means that, one more time, the oscillators are not static, but in the other way than vintage factor. Again, too much drift is maybe not great, but it's good to have some to make it sound more organic. And the third thing is free run oscillators, which means that the oscillators, like in the old vintage synths, are running all the time. If we press the key, the sound is going in the background, and if we press the key, we activate it. This may not be a very big difference if you are watching this film, but if you play for a longer time, you will notice the difference, that pressing the same key with the same velocity 2 times doesn't sound exactly the same. Okay, so there are of course other things. This is a quite professional synth, so there is a joystick here, there is a modulation matrix, we can add 3 LFOs, so it all could make, and also the waves can be dynamic, so the filter can morph, so it all makes it a very nice sounding synth, and I think more advanced and in a way better than the original polysynths. Okay, so what is the name of the synth? If you are familiar with the synth, you know. So it's not from any big synth manufacturers. It's not a Behringer. It's Modal Cobalt 8. So, if you are looking for something that sounds analog, but it's not expensive, and it's also well built, the quality of the build is great. It's quite heavy for such a small synth. It's made of metal, and the keyboard is fatter with aftertouch, with velocity, as I said, great. And these knobs are all endless encoders, so there is not a problem, which is very typical in all the synths with potentiometers, that you don't know in which place you are with the filter, with the oscillator or with the envelope. So here you don't have this problem. You change the patch and you can immediately change the position of the knob. Okay, so that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. So stop looking for these old analog polysynths. Check out the new modern synths like Cobalt 8. It's great. Thanks and bye.